Hey, back in the old days when I was a PhD student, I thought that if I do what the university and the professors ask me to do to the best of my ability, I will guarantee prosperity in my career after I graduate. In fact, I was thinking about a magic formula that later turned out to be so wrong. And that magic formula is success is proportional to compliance with professors. Boy, was I wrong. All right. Well, I may be joking about the magic formula, but I am serious about a point I want to make here. And that is that in my final years as a PhD student after I graduated, I realized that there are just a few things that don't matter as much as many grad students think. On the other hand, there are a few things that matter a lot. So that's why I decided to make this video to share this nugget of wisdom with current and prospective PhD students. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 things that don't matter as much as you think in grad school, and talk about 4 things that do really matter a lot. So let's dive into it. All right, let's first talk about things that don't really matter as much as you think. So number 1 on our list is, believe it or not, GPA. So yes, it is nice to do well in your classes, but really in grad school, your GPA is not the end-all be-all to your success. When you apply for jobs in the industry later, nobody will ever ask about your GPA or even care about it. Therefore, it's not really worth worrying about being a straight A student in grad school. With that said, many universities, at least in the US, have a requirement on the minimum GPA you should maintain as a PhD student if you don't want to run into trouble. Also, some of the technical skills you learn in some of your grad level courses are really essential to your success later in your job in the industry. So you don't want to miss out on developing those skills while you can. All right, number 2 on our list of things that don't really matter that much is becoming a teaching assistant, also known as a TA. So while being a TA can be a valuable experience, it's not really something you have to worry about if you don't have the time or inclination to do so. Becoming a TA doesn't really necessarily lead to better job prospects after you graduate, especially in the industry. So it's not really something worth stressing on if you're not into it. When you apply for jobs in the industry, it doesn't really matter much what courses you've TA'd for or how many courses you've TA'd. So you can cross that on from your list. Don't get me wrong on this though. Becoming a TA can have its own benefits. For example, obviously you can gain some teaching experience, and that would be useful if you want to be, let's say, a professor or lecturer in a university. Or you can improve your communication skills, or more importantly, you can network and build your professional network by connecting with the professors, other TAs, or even the students who may be a big shot in the industry someday. Also, you would gain a small financial compensation as part of becoming a TA. So those are some benefits. Number 3 on our list, reviewing scientific journal papers. So while reviewing journal papers might seem like an important activity you should do as a grad student, but really it's not essential to your success. Reviewing papers may have some benefits, such as staying on the top of cutting edge research in your field, most importantly, and maybe help with professional networking. But when you apply for jobs, it's not really something that employers are looking for, and you probably shouldn't even put it on your resume when you apply for jobs in the industry. So if you're not very, enthusiastic about reviewing papers, don't feel like you're missing anything. All right, finally, number 4, impact factor of journals. So, yes, it is a great accomplishment to get published in the high impact factor journals like Nature, Science, and all the big names. But really, it's not a decisive factor for your success after you graduate. What matters more in grad school is doing high quality research that has a great impact in your field. Ask yourself, am I doing research which is providing a realistic solution to a high value realistic problem? If you answered yes, then you're doing great research. You don't have to worry about the impact factor of the journal. There are a lot of great research articles that are published in lower impact factor journals and vice versa. There are a lot of papers that are published in these high impact factor journals that don't really, you know, have a huge impact on humanity, for example, or in that particular field. All right, now that we talked about 4 things that don't really matter much in grad school and you should avoid spending too much time and energy on, let's talk about 4 things that are super critical to your success after graduation. Number 1 on our list is internships. Doing an internship in the industry can be an incredibly valuable experience. Not only do you get exposure and experience with real world problems and projects, but it's also a phenomenal networking opportunity. As you work on these projects, you get a lot of valuable knowledge and skills, and the internship experience is an incredibly valuable asset on your resume. When you do the internship, you have a great shot at being considered for a full-time permanent job after you graduate. And if not, you have this incredible asset on your resume, and it would help you land a permanent job elsewhere. Number 2, developing technical skills. Developing technical skills is another thing that is crucial to your success as you work in the industry. For example, for jobs in certain fields, having experimental skills in the laboratory are important. To figure out what specific technical skills are important for the kind of jobs that you're looking for, just go to LinkedIn and search for jobs and look at it as I describe in this video. Look at some job descriptions and see what they're looking for. By mastering these technical skills while you have time in grad school, you will make yourself a highly sought after candidate in the job market. Number 3, networking. Another thing that is really important to your success while you're in grad school is professional networking and building your network. You can do this in a variety of ways, such as attending conferences or joining professional organizations, or even doing informational interviews with those who are already working in the industry. By doing networking effectively, you can stay informed with the latest developments in your field, gain valuable insights, and maybe even unravel your next job opportunity. Number 4, top-notch research. Publishing top-notch research is also very important while you are a PhD student. Not all research is created equal. In order to make a meaningful impact in your field, you should provide realistic solutions for high-value realistic problems. By doing so, you develop your professional brand, demonstrate your expertise, and attract attention from industry professionals. For example, there you have it, folks. Now you have a good idea about what is really important in grad school and what isn't. Focus on what's important and don't worry about the rest. If you enjoyed today's video and got any value from it, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, leave a comment, and introduce this channel to a few of your friends. See you next time.